Hello and welcome to the Joey of Air podcast. And today we're going to be talking about something very important. The more reason why we have this package here, and it's a very important conversation that we're going to be having concerning something that has to do with you as a citizen, as even a politician. So the title of the book is We Need You Poor So That We Can Rule. The Voice of the Political Manipulator. This is a 215-page body of work, and it has about seven chapters.
Yeah.
So, Herbert is someone that his face is actually not quite new. For you that is probably watching this video, if you're in Jos, Herbert is a household name. If you know We Just Rock very well, so place the face to it. And of course, we call him Uncle H for a certain reason. This is someone that mingles with my peers as if we are mates, but of course, the more reason why we call him Uncle H. Nice to have you on the podcast.
Thank you very much, Joey. It's a privilege for me to have you in my corner.
Yeah.
To say that I have a friend in Joey that we've done a lot of things with. I'm happy to be here.
Thank you so
much. And for the podcast, you're doing an amazing job.
Thank you
this
so
space
much.
Is so beautiful. I love the space.
Thank you so
very
much,
Joey. Yeah.
All right, so let's talk about you to begin with before we talk about the book.
Okay.
Who is Herbert?
Okay, my name is Herbert Daniel Gomagallah.
Yes.
I'm Buji by tribe.
Okay.
From Basa local government area of Plateau State.
Buji sounds like a minority group in Plateau State.
Yeah, it
correct?
Is. So in my local government, we have close to 12 tribes.
Okay.
In just one local government, that is Basa.
Yeah.
So Buji is one of those tribes that is from Basa local government. And I have a background in business administration. First, I have a diploma in business administration.
Okay.
Then I have a degree in economics, and I have a master's in political economy.
I was going to ask you.
Studies. Yes.
All right. It's a fresh graduate anyway. And I think it should be one of the reasons why you wrote this book. This should be your first book, right?
Yeah, this is my first book.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what inspired you to write this book that uses satire to explore such serious issues as poverty and political manipulation?
First of all, Joey, what inspired me is poverty.
Wow.
And when I say poverty, I'm talking about my poverty. Because my own poverty may be different from your own poverty.
Are you talking about poverty of the mind or in resources?
Now, the poverty we're talking about here is beyond the poverty of the mind and resources.
Okay.
It's a multidimensional poverty.
Oh.
But then, multidimensional poverty covers the poverty of the mind. That is where the manipulation comes in place.
Yes.
So you cannot manipulate somebody when you don't manipulate their mind.
That's right.
So the entire inspiration for me is poverty. So the categorization of the poverty is beyond just the lack of resources.
Yeah.
It's both the poverty of the mind. It speaks to issues about what you wear as well. What you eat in your house.
That's right.
Defines the level of income that you have. So generally for me, the inspiration is poverty that we see all around us.
So why did you choose the satire format of narrating this body of work?
Now, I love talking in parables, generally.
You see why we call him Uncle H?
And then I feel that when you speak in a language that is deeper than the ordinary language,
yes,
it makes people ask questions. Philosophy is all about asking questions until there are no questions to ask.
That's right.
And you can never exhaust questions. So that is why I chose a strategy or a style that is different from the usual.
Yeah.
To explore the minds of people into thinking deep about the issues that we're having here.
Yeah.
And then one of the reasons is for my safety, Joey. So if you use satire for your safety, it's safer for you.
No name calling.
No name calling.
But you understand the narrative.
So that's just part of the reason.
All right, so let me run through. The chapter 1 talks about poverty in the land. Chapter 2 talks about jubilation in the glass house.
Yeah.
Chapter 3 talks about the advantage of being poor.
Yeah.
So can you give us a deep dive about these 3 chapters?
Now, Joey, there is poverty in the land.
Okay.
If you look around, there are several evidences of so many poor people.
Yeah.
You drive around town, you will see someone begging for 5 naira. That's poverty. Ordinarily, why should people be on the road begging?
That's right.
But then, to the political manipulator, Joey, he's excited that there's somebody begging. Because so long as you can beg, you are a tool to be used.
Yeah.
So with a small naira in your pocket, the manipulator will ask you to do anything he feels that is okay for you to do, regardless of how you feel. So the evidences that we see of poverty reflects in the educational sector that Nigeria is operating. It reflects in how much lecturers are paid.
That's right.
It reflects in the minimum wage that workers receive.
Yeah.
It reflects in the fact that there are people who work for 30 days and they receive 10,000 naira.
In this dispensation?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. Yes, Joey.
Wow.
In fact, people who have security guards in their houses, how much do you pay your security?
That's right.
And he works for 30 days.
And probably he has a family.
He has a family. In fact, he may have a larger family than yours.
Wow.
So the issue is this.
Yeah.
For a rich man, there are several things that he can do with his time.
That's right.
So I can go on vacation, I can travel to Dubai, I can go on a safari, I can do several things. But for the poor man, the joy only comes in the night.
I hope you understand what he's saying. So in this book, you talked about how systems that sustain poverty for political gain.
Yeah.
Could you share a real-world example or experiences that shaped this perspective for you?
Now, before I do that, I want to relate the first chapter to the second chapter.
Okay, which talks about poverty of the land.
While there is poverty in the land, there is jubilation in the glass house.
Yeah.
Now, the glass house, we know, is the divide between the poor and the rich.
Yeah.
While the poor is thinking about what to eat, there are exotic cars being driven by several rich people.
Yeah.
And there are hundreds of millions.
Yeah.
When you travel to Lagos and you first of all get to Banana Island, for instance, as your first destination after leaving the airport, you will assume that every other part of Nigeria is just like Banana Island.
That's right.
If you're in Abuja, for instance, and then you find yourself in Maitama, you will assume that there are no slums in Abuja. When you come to Jos, and then you stay only in Rayfield, and then after you leave Rayfield, probably you just fly out of the country, you will assume that you don't have a slum like Tudunwada or Angonrogo.
That's right.
So that is the divide. So while there is poverty in the land, there is jubilation in the glass house.
Wow. So let's talk about chapter 5. Where you talked about, or you addressed, why your vote must be valued. The temptation of selling your vote, and also why you must be poor. I mean, can you give us an idea of what is inside this book?
Joey, a political manipulator will prefer people who are not educated. That's the fact. Because if you cannot read and write, when you are about to vote, even the symbols on the political party, there are very poor people that you need to interpret for them what these symbols are. For the political manipulator, he will prefer to have his agent stand on the queue and point to the people which party to vote for.
Wow.
So the poorer we are as a people, the better it is for the manipulator, because he has less work to do. The uneducated people will not ask the critical questions that you and I will ask. Questions such as, why should I vote for you? What are you going to do for me when I vote for you? For the manipulator, he feels when he gets you cubes of Maggi, salt, and then if you're lucky, spaghetti.
That will last just
that
one
will last
meal.
You just for a meal.
And over 4 years.
He's good to go. So you sacrifice your 4 years pleasure for one meal.
Wow.
And for the manipulator, that's good to go.
Wow.
So what we do in this book is to tell people that they need to value who they are in terms of their votes and in terms of who they are. Your vote is beyond a cube of Maggi.
Yeah.
Your vote is beyond a cup of sugar or salt.
I think this calls for electoral reforms and civic engagement.
It does.
Because I know what happens when people are preparing for elections and what happens behind the scene. I've covered elections before, so I know what happens. In fact, you hear rumors of one strong politician is going to one polling unit just to influence.
Now, do you know what happens in some of these villages that people are less educated?
No.
Is that you have politicians who will simply stay from the city and put a call to somebody influential there and say, tell the people that we are voting for XYZ party.
That's right.
So it means like these people who are in that community don't have a choice.
Yeah.
Like they entirely depend on somebody from the city to tell them what to do.
Yeah.
That's a tool of manipulation. We should educate people to understand that they have voices that will count for themselves.
So in this book, the title is very provocative. We need you poor so that we can rule. The voice of the political manipulator.
Yes.
The question now is, what kind of reactions are you expecting?
I will need people to read this book and begin to have civic conversations in communities.
That's right.
I will need people to read this book and begin to question their leaders and the choices that they make.
Yeah.
I will need people to read this book and begin to say power truly belongs to the people.
Yeah.
Not to the ruling class. The power belongs to the people. That the people will decide what the leader looks like. That's what I want us to do. So we intend to begin to have this conversation as well, to go to communities and speak to them about civic responsibility. That's right. And in fact, if we're looking at it from the religious angle, even the Bible encourages us to be a people that are responsible to civic authorities. That's right. So if you read this book, it is important that for you to understand that it's a wake-up call. Yeah. That we need to change the way we used to do things.
So what message do you have to young people? If you look at the about the book behind the page, you talked about going beyond the hashtag. What do you mean by that?
Joey, we've had series of conversations online.
Yeah.
That's the first thing we do is to get the hashtag and begin to tweet and begin to write. Yes, it's important for us to write and tweet. Yeah. But we need to get walking. We need to step and walk. The political manipulator is training who will take over from him. And he will train only people that he sees close to him. Yeah. So if we look at some people and we say, this one is a data boy in Kaftan or data girl in Kaftan. Yeah. These data guys, I have seen them on Kaftan, well-suited, well-ironed Kaftan, will be the ones that will take the mantle of leadership.
That's right.
So while we write the hashtags, it is important that we get involved in politics and governance conversation, Joey. It's important.
So conclusively, chapter 6 talks about why you must be poor. And then chapter 7 says the electorate versus the manipulator. Yeah. Can you give us an idea of what you're talking about here?
Just like I've mentioned, that the political manipulator for him, he feels better when you're poor, Joey. Yeah. In fact, there are political manipulators that are so excited to wake up from their houses and there are people queued in front of their gate waiting for 5,000 naira a day. Wow. Yeah. So it makes them feel powerful. Yeah. It makes them feel they are in charge. So you must be poor. Yeah. It's something exciting for them to see many poor people. Otherwise, Joey, why is it that you're not going to empower these people with something better than 5,000 naira that you give them daily? Yeah. Why do you choose that the schools remain the way they are? Because you know that education brings freedom. Yeah. So the political manipulator would not want any betterment in our educational system. That is why our schools are the way they are now.
That's right.
Except they will prove me wrong.
Yeah.
Because why are our schools this way? Why do we still have kids sitting on the floor to learn? Why do we still have schools under the trees in Nigeria? Yeah. It's because the political manipulator is excited that we're going through that. That's right. Otherwise, prove me wrong. Fix the school. But if you don't fix it, you're excited about it. Wow. That's just it.
So at the back of this book, there are a lot of data that are relatable to why, I mean, he's an economist and of course he's delving into political science. Of course, that is why you have this book. Make sure you grab a copy. And for me, it's been a thought-provoking conversation. If you're a lazy reader like myself, you should finish this book in 1 week. It's just 215.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I think to make a great read.
Yeah, it will.
So on a final note, do you have any last or parting words?
So for me, just like I've mentioned, this book speaks about the things that we expect government to fix.
Yeah.
The things that we expect the political manipulator to fix.
Yeah.
Except if you're not a political manipulator, it is expected that you prioritize education in Nigeria. It is expected that you think about the future of the children that are not born. It is important that you look at the routes that we travel to when we're going to our farms. It is important that you look at our security when our people want to go to the farms. But if you're a manipulator, life becomes so easy for you when many of us remain uneducated or poorly raised. Now, in terms of the data that you see in the book, I intend for people to see it that the entire conversation about poverty is based on data. It's not speculative.
Yeah.
It's not some sort of conversation that we just assume. It is data set that we see that speaks to the evidence that there is poverty in this land.
Yeah.
That food is almost becoming a luxury for people. That your take-home pay doesn't take you home again.
Yeah.
So this book is intended to provoke each and every one of us to participate not only in politics, but in governance conversation.
Yes. All right.
It is also emphasizing that the smart people should get involved.
That's right.
That our degrees should not just be fancy papers, but they should be degrees that change the country, that makes things better for Nigeria.
Okay.
Thank you, Joey, for the opportunity.
Thank you so much. And for you that has been with us from the beginning to this very moment, thank you so much for watching and listening to from every platform that you are listening from. Well, make sure you give this podcast a 5-star review.
Yeah.
Till next time, I see you on the other side. So on how you can get this book, we're going to attach on the show notes where you can purchase this book. There is no e-copy. You need to grab a hard copy.
Feel the papers.
Feel the papers, right? And I'm very, very sure that you'll be impressed with the quality of this book. And it's a wrap. See you on the other side. Bye-bye.